Hey everyone, this is Paula in the Hero Mom Kitchen, and tonight I want to talk to you guys about how to make your cauliflower pizza crust pizza burn your fat. Now here's the trick. The reason why cauliflower, and for those of you who aren't sure what that is, and some of you are out there, check that out. This is what it looks like. Right there. That's what cauliflower looks like. I would recommend that you go somewhere where you can buy organic cauliflower and use that to create your crust. You can do, depending on how much pizza you want to make, start off small, just get one head of lettuce, and I'm going to show you what you're going to do with it. But why does cauliflower crust pizza burn your fat? I'm going to tell you about that. But first, let me show you how you get started with this. So you might want to take notes or go back and watch this video from the very beginning and write down the full recipe. But again, you guys, this is something you absolutely want to like and share. So let me talk to you about how you prep the cauliflower. So there's a couple things first. So come over here and take a look at this cauliflower. So this is going to be the cauliflower that you're going to see in just a sec. So first what you have to do to prep it is you have to rice it. The way that you rice it is you basically just need to get it chopped up super small. So we use like a food processor, or you can chop it up really tiny, or you can use a grater, like a cheese grater. So let me show you what a food processor looks like. Here's a tool that we use to grate it. So we just put this right inside. Here's what a food processor looks like. And we would just put this right inside like this. And then we would put this on top. And we would put the chopped up cauliflower so it's small enough to fit in there. And then we would turn it on. And it just shreds it up in there, and it goes right in there, and it chops it up super small, just like this. So once it's all chopped up and small, you put it in a microwavable bowl, and then you're gonna microwave it for about 10 minutes. Now, if the microwave freaks you out, then don't use a microwave, steam it. If you don't use a microwave, then you know what a steamer is. So steam your vegetables, but you're gonna microwave it for about 10 minutes, and you're gonna wanna also steam it for, close to 10 minutes. Just make sure it's fully cooked through. And then you're gonna flip it, or you're gonna take it out of the microwave, and you're gonna fluff it up and stir it up and put it back in there for about 10 minutes. Now let me just talk for a second about the whole microwave thing. I know some of you are like total anti-microwave, it's the devil. I get it, I know the reasons, I've done my research, I've lived in a house without a microwave for many years because of all those reasons. So no judgment here, those are totally valid, but some of us, we're still in the world of using microwaves. And trust me, if you're using cauliflower crust for pizza, if you're at that place in your life where you're considering that, then for me, you are already winning. So whatever you gotta do, you gotta get it cooked and you gotta get it tender. That's what you gotta do to prep it. Okay, and then it's really super important, you guys, and I'm giving you a secret tip here. You've gotta let it cool down first, because if you don't, you're gonna burn your freaking hands. So put it in the refrigerator or whatever you gotta do, set it aside, 10-15 minutes maybe, and then let it cool down, because you're gonna have to hand wring it out to get all the liquids out. So this cauliflower right here has already been steamed, microwaved, it's ready to go. It's been cooled down, and I'm gonna show you what to do next. So over here we have a linen napkin. It's like just a restaurant napkin. I'm not really sure where we hijacked this from, to be honest with you, but somehow we got it, and it works perfect. So if you can get something like this to work, that'd be ideal. Now I've tied the other two corners together like this, and I'm going to tie these ones. I'm going to show you how. It's a little bit cumbersome, not super easy. This is not a complicated knot or anything like that. Because of the texture of the fabric, it actually kind of stays pretty solid. But the reason why you're tying the corners is because I'm going to show you a little trick on how to wring it out, so you're not using just your bare hands, and you get enough leverage to really get as much water out of the cauliflower as possible. Because this piece right here, this trick right here, this step is absolutely key to having successful cauliflower crust. If you don't do this properly, then you are not gonna get dough that's gonna work, and you're gonna be totally miserable for having done all that work, taken all that time, spending the money to buy all these ingredients and not getting the result that you wanted. Trust me, this is me from experience talking. All right, so you take the wooden spoon and you put it through the loops. And then I'm going to show you how much water comes out. So this is the leverage here. So you just keep twisting and you hold the cauliflower. Look at all this water coming out. So if you don't have this set up, just find someone in the house with the biggest muscles to do this. And just keep squeezing till you can get as much out as possible. And it's really surprising because if you guys noticed in that dish, it didn't look like it was wet, right? But look how much water I'm squeezing out. It's crazy. All right, so once you've squeezed all the water out of it, it should look a lot like dough. Let me show you. Do you see how it's all gathered up like a big piece of dough? That's exactly what you want. So let me show you what you do with the next step after it comes out like this. So the next step is right here. So now we have this dough, this is just a little bit that's left because I'm going to show you what I did with the rest of it. So this cauliflower dough has already been seasoned with the things that you want in the cauliflower crust in order for it to taste yummy like a pizza. So what we've seasoned it with is just a half teaspoon each of salt, pepper, oregano, basil, garlic powder, onion powder. So that's this right here. So we've seasoned it, we poured that in, and this is again a whole cauliflower head, and we also put in 1 egg. Try to get organic egg if you can. And then what we do with it, as you saw right here, a partially created crust already. I've already started shaping it so that you guys don't have to watch me shape the whole thing. But then what you do here is you take a spatula that's kind of soft so that you can work with it, but firm at the same time. The thickness of the crust is also a big deal in cooking it. So you're going to shape however you want. I like flatbread shape. Of course, there's traditional pizza shape. Whatever you guys want to do, whatever's fun for your family. You just press it out until the whole bottom of it is pretty even. And then the edges are always nice if you shape it a little bit like you would see a traditional pizza crust on the edges be. Okay, that just keeps all the stuff inside. So shape it and then press it so that it's even all the way around the bottom and around the edges. Cute, right? So once you've done that, you've got to cook the crust. That's super important. So you cook the crust in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes or until it's light and golden brown. So I would put that in the oven right here. And then after that's been done, you're going to make the pesto. So let me talk to you about the pesto. Why pesto? Why not like a traditional marinara sauce? Well, with the Hero Mom program, we really stick to low-carb foods. That's super important. That's how we're able to burn up to 1 pound a day when we're losing weight. So we stick with anything that's low-carb. We find alternatives that are low-carb so that we can enjoy delicious foods without the heavy carbohydrates in there. But we use lots of vegetables to make sure that we still get all the fiber that we need. So we came up with a Hero Mom pesto sauce that works really great, that tastes amazing, and it's a little bit of a play on the traditional classic pesto sauce. So what we've got here is a half an onion and 4 garlic cloves sauteed together in half a cup of olive oil with just a dash of salt and pepper. And then what we do is we use these walnuts here to give it a little bit more texture to it. It kind of gives it the feel as if, like the classic has a little bit of Parmesan cheese, so we put the walnut in to kind of give it a little bit of that texture. And then we use basil. Try to get an organic one if you can. We just do about 1/4 of a bottle, decent amount actually. And then we put that in the food processor. So we take this guy off, because we don't need that for this. We pour everything in here. So let me show you that. Just pour it all in there like that. Pour all the walnuts in. And 1/4 of a bottle of basil. And then we would just food process that. Put the lid on. And then just mix it until it's completely mixed up. So when you're doing this in real time, you would probably do it a little bit longer so it's a little bit more mixed up. But basically this is something like what you're gonna get right there. So it's really yummy. You've got enough for your full pizza. So what you're gonna do then, after your pizza crust is done, and we won't have time for that to cook 20 to 30 minutes while we're on camera, but you would wait 20 to 30 minutes, you would bring it out, and you would spread that on there. So first you would bring it out, you would flip it over, and you would cook it on the other side until it's light golden brown. And then once that's done, you would lay it out, you would put your sauces on it, and then some different toppings. So here's an example of what some of those could look like. This one's really super simple. We just took some fresh tomato, we chopped it up, and we put it right on top. And this is a little bit of goat cheese. So for those of you who have issues with cheese, you wouldn't want to use that. Maybe use something different, or you can put all different kinds of toppings. We've really enjoyed chicken on there. Of course, if you can find some really great pastured pork sausage, that would be amazing. Bacon has been fantastic on there. You can put other vegetables on there. Look for low carb vegetables. Again, trying to keep the whole thing low carb. You guys, this has 0 glutens in it. And what does that mean? That means pizza that doesn't make you inflamed and bloated and feeling sick to your stomach afterwards. For me, I can't eat glutens because they give me an upset stomach. And I'm not even celiac. I don't even have celiac. So for those of you who don't recognize, sometimes glutens are a problem with not just weight gain, but other kinds of issues. So if you're trying to cut glutens, but you don't want to miss out on your favorite foods, then this is a recipe that you could totally try, and the kids love it. We've had people come over and try it and eat it thinking it's just regular homemade pizza and not even knowing that it's not a gluten crust. That's how delicious it is. So you gotta give this a shot. So once it's cooked, we just, we don't have a pizza cutter because we just started making pizzas now that we've discovered this. So we'll probably have to invest in one of those. So we just use our knife. We give it a nice couple of cuts. And then we just pull it out. I can actually hold it like a slice of pizza. Super yummy. And the pesto sauce, you guys, amazing. So amazing to taste. Mmm. So good. You guys, I'll never go back to regular pizza again, ever. So if you guys are pizza lovers, you want traditional foods, but you don't want the negative effects of some of your favorite foods, then you've got to try recipes like this. Like and share this video, and then you'll see that there's a link in the description of this video that gives you more recipes that are low carb, more delicious recipes that are low carb, so they all help you burn fat. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing your pictures of your pizzas after you try this recipe. Have a good night.